Hey everyone, welcome back to another Fortnite Save the World video. So, one of the questions I get a lot, what is your constructor loadout for endurance? I actually made a video about that before, but it is so old, and I didn't cover much information as I will cover today. When it comes to endurance loadouts, it's very simple more that you can think. Let's not waste any time, let's go into the loadout. So, we need as many bonuses as possible from the loadout for our endurance. Mainly, traps damage and durability. So, our traps can last longer and deal more damage. For recycle builds, traps damage won't matter that much, only durability. So, durability is very important. And for that, we got Harper. I can't tell you enough how huge her bonus is. Some people even think she is overrated, and her bonus is useless. For normal missions, maybe at some point, but for endurance, well, let's see. 52.5% traps durability bonus when using her as commander. Now let's see if this ratio good or bad. You start the game with base 100%. And to increase that, you need survivors with traps durability bonus. Every 2 give 8%. So, to get the most from one survivor squad, you need 6 survivors with the durability bonus, which gives you 24% durability bonus. Plus we need those survivors matching each other's and the squad leader, for the best stats. And if you played the game enough, you know that it takes a lot of time just for one matching squad like that, which gives you 24%. 2 squads? That might take ages if your luck isn't the best. And you got Harper. Easy 52.5% like that, without anything else. Even if she's not legendary yet, still, gives the same bonus. And the maximum durability ratio in the game right now is 344%. So, 52.5% that easy is huge. But what about using her in the support? Well, I do that personally. I got max stats, and a very high traps durability ratio. So, I use her in the support in any of my endurance loadouts for the 17.5% durability bonus. But if your stats are not the best, especially the durability, she is the best as commander here. I hope I explained this enough for the people that hate this hero. Yes, she's not the best for normal missions, and we got ton of heroes in the game. But for endurance, I don't see any other option here. Most if not all of us play endurance AFK. We start the mission, and go AFK. Maybe we come back if we are playing Twine or Plankerton to destroy the UFO, and that's it. Even if you tried to beat endurance with weapons. I think you will do it once. No one will sit for around 3 hours straight just for one mission every time he plays endurance. Long intro, and the answer is simple. Harper is the best constructor to run as main in endurance. Even you can do that and call it a day, use anything you like in the support. And here the loadout divides to an infinite number. But wait, I said it's simple, right? Well, it is. All you need to do is just know what you want the most. I will cover the most common uses we all go for. I will start with a loadout for the people who are not that strong yet, and suffer during endurance, up to people who just need small things, like only using Harper for durability or maybe the recycling team perk. 1. You are someone looking for the best possible loadout to help you during endurance. You don't have good traps yet, and your stats are not the best. As we explained, Harper will be the main. And supercharged traps team perk will shine here. 42.5% traps damage bonus is huge, but it's not a passive bonus. Another good thing about Harper that her bonus is passive. Meaning, you get it by just using her. But for the team perk I just mentioned, and the support team bonuses, for most of them you have to place your base to apply those bonuses to the structures affected by your base. I know, you want to play endurance AFK, and don't want to keep changing the base location every wave. Well, you don't have to do that. I just place the base on the amplifier that suffers the most, and go AFK. For example, we all know how Ridge Amplifier is so annoying in Twine Peaks Endurance. My ult account stats still not the best. So, every time I run Twine, I place my base on top of Ridge Amplifier build. At a spot that covers most of the build to apply all the bonuses. And if anything went wrong during late wave, like some trap tunnels went out of durability, the husks start passing through the tunnel since my trap's damage is low, or even some smashers and propane started going crazy. I just go there, place my base, and that's it. Simple and easy. I will now tell you the loadout. I already explained all these heroes in detail in a separate video, you can check it here. Now the supercharged traps team perk gives 8.5% per constructor. So, for the best ratio, 42.5%, we need 5 constructors. Not a must, but much better. And since it's an active team perk, that applies only to the structures affected by base, Mega Base Kyle is a very good option here. In the support, he increases the base range with 1, and 3 if you used him as main. Actually, he's a very good replacement for Harper. You can use him as main for the huge base coverage, and Harper in the support. Maybe your trap's durability ratio is good, but you need more traps damage from the support team. But in general, I used Harper as commander since it's the most useful one. Plus the base coverage now with Mega Base Kyle in the support will be enough to cover most of the main tunnels. Base Kyle, to increase your structure's health by 28%. Helps your tunnels to handle more smashers and propanes if they started going crazy. You must notice it before, when most of your traps run out of durability, and smashers and propanes start moving freely inside your tunnels, they can cause a lot of issues. This extra health bonus will help. And with Nox too, even better. Yes, 4% is not that high. But endurance is a very long mission. For example, if Ridge got a lot of propanes damage during wave 10, your base has more than enough time to repair the build before wave 22, the worst wave on this amplifier. For the last 2 slots, we have a lot of options. I already explained them in the video I mentioned earlier. For me, I use the Ice King to slow the husk, allowing the traps to deal more damage to them. And Demolitionist Penny for 17% launcher's damage. If you are someone who will use this loadout, even moving the base every wave, you may have to fight at some point. Mostly when all your traps run out of durability and you have a minute or 2 left in the wave, so you have to fight. Some people replace the traps, others use different weapons. I used her since launchers is the most used weapon against high power level enemies. But you can replace her with any other hero that buffs the weapon you will use. Even you can use another constructor that buffs the base like Thunder Thora or Heavy Base Kyle, up to you. Pick what suits you. I'm just using full Constructors loadout for the team perk. For the gadgets, it's up to you as well. I use the slow field so anything goes wrong, I can slow them easily, giving me more time to know what to do. And the banner. If an amplifier started having issues, I place it next to it before doing anything. So, if I died, I can spawn right to the place I'm defending. Instead of walking all the way from the home base. Again, this is a loadout for someone that doesn't have the best stats to handle endurance to wave 30. Or someone doesn't want to invest all that much into endurance. Like setting up all the survivor squads, traps with specific perks, or huge builds for each amplifier. Some people just need to play endurance once for the banner, and that's it. Well, this loadout will help you a lot. 2, if you are someone that have a really good stats. Full legendary survivors, matching squads, everything. But you don't have that many traps durability survivors. So, you need to use Harper as main for her bonus, and that's all what you need. But what about the support team? And now the loadout divides again. A lot of people love to run the recycling team perk, to get building materials using a mats grinder while they are AFK. The team perk requires only 2 constructors. And since you will use the base only for the mats grinder, you can use any 2 constructors just to activate the team perk. Maybe 2 that support your tunnels, just in case anything happened, the base will help. Just pick any 2 you see fits in your game style, there's no must here. For the other 3 slots, again, it depends on your style and what you need. For example, I run Twine Peaks Endurance most of the time. So, I will run 3 heroes that buffs bows damage, to help me to destroy the UFO fast during wave 25. You want 3 heroes that buffs shotguns or assault rifles, same idea. Use anything you like. But what about if you don't need to buff any weapons, your base is fully AFK? In that case, movement will be the best here. To allow you to move faster around the map. Collecting ammo, depositing the materials in the storage, and etc. For that, these are the best 3 options in my opinion. Eternal Wanderer, 4 double stamina. One of the best heroes we got lately. Even I use her with DPS loadouts sometimes. Dire and Fleetfoot can for movement speed. For the gadgets, up to you as well. But I see the teleporter is a very good option here. I use it to go forward and backwards between the home base and the mats grinder. But what if you don't need any specific team perk, all you need is Harper? Well, the 3 movement speed heroes will still be a good option here. And for the team perk, you can use anything that you see fits. Of course, there are more options you can use here. At the end, it depends on you, and how you play this mission. Let me know your favorite endurance loadout in the comments. These were the most loadouts I use in my endurance. Constructor loadouts I mean. You can run ninja loadouts like movement speed, DPS, 50-50, and more. I will try to cover my ninja loadout for movement speed next. I have max stats, max durability ratio, max everything. So, I rely only on movement speed to move around the base quickly while building and testing new builds. A lot of talking about Harper I know, but people really need to know that her bonus is huge considering how hard it is to get matching survivor squads with durability survivors. I think I explained everything about this loadout. If I forgot anything, let me know in the comments. And that's it for this one. Don't forget to use code Larsis in the item shop and Epic Games Store if you want to support me, helps me a lot. As always, big thanks for all the channel members, super chat on the stream, everyone uses my creator code, and all the support, really appreciate it. Like, subscribe if you are enjoying the content, so YouTube algorithm will suggest the video for more people. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, see you in the next one.